This is ABC7 News, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are following some breaking news out of Venice, where crews are currently trying to recover a vehicle that drove off the South Jetty into the water.
ABC7's Christopher Bradley joins us live from the scene with more on that search right now. Christopher?
Good evening, Scott and Haley. As we've been reporting, we have a vehicle. At this point, we've seen pictures that show a white van that entered the water just along here. I'm going to step out of camera frame and show you just along here, if you'll forgive me for just a second here. A vehicle entered the water right where that bench is moved, where those uniformed police officers are standing. The vehicle entered the water right down there. It then proceeded to float all the way down towards where that police boat is at this point. During a briefing just a few minutes ago with, among others, the chief of police for the city of Venice, he told us they are still locating that vehicle. They do not know for certain where that vehicle is at this point. They do have, among others, the Marine Patrol for the city of Venice out here. They have the Sarasota County Sheriff's Helicopter Air 1 is also out here surveying from above, trying to find where that vehicle was located. But as we've talked to witnesses, it was really a surprising event. They said with just little to no warning at all, the van drove over quite a bit of obstacles there. It had to move that bench, then it had to get into the water, and when it did, it just kept going and kept floating. Several people, we are told, did jump into the water to try and rescue the people that were in it. But at this point, according to the briefing that we just heard with the chief of the Venice Fire Department, Venice Police Department, they do not believe anyone was rescued from that vehicle at this time. We're continuing to follow this, and we'll give you updates when we have more available. Scott and Haley?
Thank you, Christopher. After nearly 3 years, jury selection is now underway in the Andy Avalos triple murder case.
Avalos is accused of killing his wife, her friend, and her boss, Pastor James Tripp Battle. ABC7's Bobeth Yates joins us now with the latest. Bobeth?
Yes, it took multiple years to get here, but the death penalty case for the triple murder, the opening statements are just days away.
Despite facing the death penalty, Andy Avalos walked into the courtroom with his head held high. The 35-year-old is accused of killing his wife, Amber Avalos, her friend, Denise Potter, and her boss, Reverend James Tripp Battle. The shooting spree took place December 2014. This is what law enforcement had to say while on the scene of the crime.
That this wasn't a random act of violence where he was just showing up and doing this to people he didn't know.
Then those close to the victims also spoke out.
Amber was a sweetheart. She was quiet, very, very quiet. She had a servant's heart. She loved children.
I love my husband dearly. I will grieve him for the rest of my days.
Monday, the prosecution and the defense went over names for possible jurors, a process that is expected to take days. But Monday's events didn't come without years of back and forth. Right after the shooting, Avalos spent days on the run before being caught at a Bradenton mobile home park. During an interview conducted that day, a bystander described the scene he'd previously only seen in movies.
Officers were coming down. They stretched the whole length of the road. They had the shields. Plus, they had the heavy assault uniform.
Avalos was originally charged with second-degree murder, but later indicted by a grand jury on first-degree murder charges. In February of 2015, the prosecution decided to pursue the death penalty, a move Avalos' attorney would later challenge. But the state Supreme Court denied that request.
Jury selection is expected to continue until Thursday. Back to you.
All right, Bobeth, thank you. An investigation is underway after a man dies while looking for shark's teeth off Casperson Beach. Sarasota County fire officials say they received a distress call in Venice around noon. A woman who was also on the raft was rescued and rushed to the hospital. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies say the man's cause of death is unknown, but Venice fire officials say the pair was snorkeling and free diving off the coast while looking for shark's teeth. The victim's name will be released once his family is notified.
Officials from Sarasota Memorial Hospital are meeting with the Newtown community for the first time tonight to go over plans for the new internal medicine practice and residency program. Construction is still underway with a grand opening scheduled for the first week of July. The Newtown internal medicine practice expects to serve as many as 1,800 patients in the first year. It will offer full primary and preventative care for anyone 18 and older. It will be staffed by resident physicians training under the supervision of an experienced internal medicine physician. The meeting starts at 6:30 inside the Robert L. Taylor Community Complex that is on 34th Street in Newtown. This is a great development.
And needed.
It's very needed. It's going to be so convenient for people to get their health care there.
All right, let's get a check on our weather today on Monday. That was pretty nice here on the Suncoast.
Yeah, beautiful day. And speaking of great, get a look at this great satellite imagery from the GOES 16. Not available to the public yet. It was online, but you can see the detail of this smoke in southeast Georgia. The smoke fanning over much of northeast Florida from, looks like Jacksonville southward to almost near Daytona Beach. We had a little fire as well into Hillsborough County, showing some of the smoke plume. This was from yesterday. Obviously, we are looking at dry conditions, and that's going to stick around too. It looks like high fire danger will persist for us. Some of the numbers here across the area, the toughest right there in central Florida and southwest Florida. Notice Sarasota County at 639. That's the highest number, and that's mainly along the eastern portion of the county where most of the population is, because we haven't had much rainfall here. Had a little rainfall over the weekend, or I should say last week, with some showers that moved on in. Currently it's sunny, 81, dew point 65, and that nice sea breeze at 17. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Bob. Now to an update on the Sarasota parking director under investigation over ethics concerns. Mark Lyons will return to work tomorrow after being placed on administrative leave last month. He's been demoted from general manager to manager and will have to take ethics training within 2 months. He's also prohibited from participating in procurement processes for 6 months. It comes after Lyons recommended his son-in-law to create artwork for the State Street Garage without disclosing their relationship. 2 other city employees in the planning department have also been demoted and ordered to take ethics training following this investigation. They have 10 days to appeal the disciplinary action.
An eco-friendly free shuttle service is now in full swing in Sarasota. The iRide Sarasota electric vehicles have been transporting hundreds of people around the downtown area in the month it's been in existence.
ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live now from City Hall with more on this service. Rick.
Yeah, Haley and Scott, this is what one of the vehicles looks like. It's something that's certainly getting a lot of positive reaction. It's starting to become a very common sight. iRide Sarasota, operated by Gotcha Ride, is a free shuttle service carrying people in a colorful electric car all around downtown Sarasota, including the Rosemary District.
I think it's a great idea. I'm not allowed to drive, so this is so unique for me.
For Kathleen Merlino Depew and her friends, they called for a car to pick them up at the Renaissance condos and were driven to a downtown restaurant for a nice Monday afternoon lunch. Many folks that we talked with say they are happy this service is now available.
I think it's just a wonderful thing. It brought me downtown on a day I would not go downtown because not being able to park my car or walk far.
I think it's a wonderful idea, especially with all the apartments and building that's going on in this vicinity.
iRide Sarasota features 7 6-seat electric shuttles, including one that's equipped for the disabled, and they are all dog-friendly. The cars drive folks to an area within a 2.5-mile radius of the downtown area 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and starting at 8 a.m. on Saturdays. The city is contributing around $340,000 for the 2-year test run. It's an investment they say they are happy they've made.
The whole idea is sustainability and helping move vehicles efficiently throughout and move people efficiently throughout the city of Sarasota, and it's done exactly that.
Well, in the month or so iRide Sarasota has been in existence, a lot more folks are hopping on board and enjoying a free ride around downtown Sarasota. A cruise around on one of these low-speed electric cars is very smooth and comfortable, and it gives you some nice views of the city along the way. Advertisements on the cars help pay for the cost of the vehicle. For Jessica Cooper, she had just heard about this free electric shuttle. She tells us she was happy it was available today because her feet were really hurting her.
I don't have a car, and I haven't had a car for, a lot longer than I would like. And yeah, this is definitely something really useful.
And for more information on this free shuttle, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting live from downtown Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Haley and Scott, back to you.
Thank you, Rick.
Yep. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight.
We continue to follow developments out of Venice as rescue crews continue searching for a car that drove off the South Jetty. As you see there in that video, we'll have more from the scene.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
An update now on that breaking story out of Venice at the Venice Jetty, where a van drove into the water with apparently 2 people inside.
And the current there was just drifting the car before anyone was able to jump in. They were in the water trying to help this car, but it just was not able to be stopped. They are now in a recovery effort looking for those 2 people, who we believe at least 2 people in that vehicle. We're going to go live to ABC7's Christopher Brantley, who is at the scene and has been following this story all evening. Christopher.
Good evening. As you said, this has really gone from a search and rescue to a recovery mission at this point. Several witnesses told us they saw the van crash over through a bench just over here, crash into the water and begin floating down the jetty just about that direction towards the Gulf of Mexico. At this point, the Marine Patrol, the Air Patrol are out. They do not know where the vehicle is at this point. They are still searching for the vehicle, and it, according to at least one person I spoke to on the phone from the city, said it could take just a little while to be able to find that vehicle because the currents were so strong. Again, this has gone from a search and rescue to a recovery mission here tonight. A lot of people from the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, Venice PD, Venice Fire are all out here trying to locate where this vehicle is. At least one witness told us a short time ago that she actually saw the driver trying to get out of the vehicle. Several people told us that exact same story that they saw the driver trying to get out of the vehicle, but at this point we do not believe that anyone was able to escape. That also backed up by the briefing that we heard from the Chief of Police, Tom Mattmuller, just a short time ago. Scott and Haley.
All right, Christopher, thank you so much. Fine reporting out there today on what sounds like a tragic story as they look for the occupants of that vehicle. Your forecast is next.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
With all the furniture choices you have, where do you shop? How about Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, now available in Sarasota? Treat yourself to a new Beauty Sleep Queen mattress set starting at only $399 and save up to $800 off an adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Find huge Memorial Day discounts of up to 70% off throughout our showroom with hundreds of items ready for immediate delivery. It's the Memorial Day sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, available now in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Well, wonderful day. Today, seas calmer than it was over the weekend as winds have settled down. Still a little bit of a wave and surf out there as a result of the sea breeze that has developed. And that sea breeze kept things a bit milder right near the coast, so that was a good thing. Weather headlines read like this: warming up this week. Had a delightful weekend, wasn't it? Temperatures very comfortable to start things off, both on Saturday and Sunday. A chance for rain this weekend, but it'll be dry through this work week. 80-degree temperature right now at Braden, 81 in Sarasota. A bit cooler at the end of the Venice Pier there at 77 degrees. And the high today above average, record 93, and 84 is our normal. So this morning's low was comfortable again, 60 degrees, 6 degrees below average. And we're nearing 9 inches now. It's 8.81 inches below average so far for this year. Well, the forecast tomorrow does call for warmer weather to be around 88 degrees. Now, the sea breeze will kick in the afternoon, so we'll warm up until then, and then we'll cool down to the mid-80s to lower 80s by 4 or 5 o'clock. Inland areas will get into the 90s like they saw today into Arcadia, also into Wauchula, as well as into Highlands County. Well, those winds, the future winds, will start to veer more to the northeast tonight. It'll cool us down into the mid-60s for lows, and then they'll be back with that sea breeze coming in. You'll notice anywhere from 10 to 15 penetrating inland throughout the afternoon and evening, so that's where it'll cool things down. We're not in for much rain. We're in this blocking weather pattern. It's called the Omega Block, and this high-pressure ridge is kind of drifting across the southeast. All the clouds and showers kind of rotating around the periphery of this high-pressure influence, and that's going to be the case right through Friday. It's not going to be doing much. It will warm us up, and we will eventually, though, see a storm system come into the weather picture and kind of wear this thing down a little bit, but not much over the weekend. The rain chances are quite quite small as we move on in through the weekend. Well, here's some rain and some storms into Colorado, and we have some snow possibilities in the upper portion of New York. Temperatures there, 48 in Buffalo, 40 in Ottawa, Montreal, 39, and that's where all the cool air is. Pretty chilly weekend too there, but 92 in Omaha. As on the backside of that high, they get the southerly winds and really warms things up there. Dallas at 85, Houston 79, and pretty warm in Georgia at 78 degrees and 84 in Jacksonville. They're seeing a lot of smoke there, though, from that fire in southeast Georgia into Jacksonville. Northwest winds for boaters tomorrow. Not much of a wind out there. Seas will be running 2 feet with a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 80 degrees, and the UV index will be high up at 11 tomorrow. As far as the tides go, low tide at 7:16, a high tide will be at 12:57. And another low tide at 6:34, sunset 8:08. Tonight's forecast, clear skies, mild conditions, 65 for your low. Tomorrow, another beautiful day, mostly sunny, a few clouds in the afternoon, highs in the upper 80s. The extended forecast does call for warm week, and then we get breezy and clouds increase for the weekend with a slight chance for a few showers. Linda?
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, you're invited to a 90th birthday party here at the Lord Heigl House.
This week, the House vote on health care. A big win as millions of Americans want to know more about cost, about coverage, and about pre-existing conditions. The Senate wades into the fight. This is where America turns for answers. World News Tonight with David Muir.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. A-N-D services.com.
The official salon of ABC7.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. A-N-D services.com.
Florida became the 27th state way back in 1845, but it was many years later that Suncoast cities were incorporated.
But it's time for a big anniversary celebration in Venice. ABC7's Linda Carson joins us with more.
90 years ago, on Tuesday, May 9th, Venice became a city by the act of the state legislature. That date's not going by unnoticed. There's going to be a big celebration here.
It'll be at the newly restored Lord Heigl House.
This is the oldest house in Venice, second oldest house in Sarasota County. It was built in 1896.
It always amazed me that they must have brought all the lumber, everything to build the house must have come by boat. There was no railroad at the time it was built. There were, basically the roads were sand paths.
This will be the first time the house has been open to the public since the restoration. The first floor is now a museum.
We'll have memorabilia inside to tell them about the house and what it was like living here in the 1890s.
During the restoration, they made some amazing discoveries. They found a century-old meat grinder hidden under a stairwell and historic documents in the walls.
We found a letter from Joseph Lord to his daughter Louise, written in 1893. We found a document between he and two other gentlemen setting up a company to mine phosphate around what today we call Roberts Bay. March 7th, 1893. To hold these in your hand and realize nobody's held them in over 100 years, it's pretty exciting.
You'll see how they use the outside of the house.
Because there's photographs that actually show the tubs where they did the laundry out on the backboard.
And why the house is built up off the ground.
The fact that it's up off the ground the way it is, you do know that they let the chickens run under the house to eat the fleas and the other bugs that existed there.
There'll also be outside activities on Tuesday.
We have Nokomis Groves is coming with some of their ice cream and orange juice. We have pictures of the house to color for those people that like to color. We have one of the descendants of the Heigls is going to make us some homemade goodies.
And you'll learn about the Lord and Heigl families who lived here.
George Heigl. George Heigl was a newspaper man, believe it or not. He wrote a weekly column for the Sarasota Times. He got paid $1 every week.
And that's the only written documentation of life in Venice in those days.
The celebration runs from 4 to 6 here at the Lord Heigl House on Tuesday afternoon. Come and be a part of history and celebrate Venice's 90th anniversary. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda.
We're going to be following that story out of Venice with a vehicle going into the Venice Jetty at 7 o'clock and again at 11.